I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to ask about what everybody I can only see one person, but it says there's two there. Not letting me do anything. Of course it's not. So Marley and I are here. Stop it. Oh, anyway, Marley and I are here together, and we are, oh, thank you. There's three of you, and I can't see you. It won't let me. Oh my God. There, I took myself right out. Now it's showing me everybody. Oh my goodness. 19. Sorry, guys. Susie, Vicky. How is everybody? Let's see who I've missed. Boston, hi. Inside the purple purse. Hi, how are you? There's Marley, me and Marley, yeah. Hi, Lee. Hi, Iris. Susie, you're in New York. I wonder if it's cold. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about my meetup in Reno, April the 20th. That's what I'm planning. I want to see if anybody's interested in it. I'm looking at a buffet. I remember the pepper mill, going to the pepper mill, and it was a really good, so I'm talking to people up there to see if we can go to a buffet, and also if anybody wants to camp out for the night and just sit and talk about vans and building vans and doing that. So guys, let me know if anybody's interested in a meetup. Hi, Carlene. Mythical Nomad. Hi, John. How are you? So I did want to tell you a few things. Let's see, what is it? What am I supposed to be telling you? I don't know. Oh, these senior moments are killing me. So I got two stories today. I'm going to talk about what it was like to be in the military in the 60s for a woman. It was very different. It's WAC. It was called WAC, Women's Army Corps. In 1966, it celebrated its 25th anniversary. We were not part of regular Army. We were Army, but we weren't. We did not become part of regular Army till 1978. But that's part of the story. But I did want to talk about my senior moments. I don't like them. I'm getting really uptight about them. So I recycle. I recycle everything. I want the money. And I dumpster dive, okay? So I don't really get in the dumpsters, but what I do is I get through trash cans and I get cans and plastic and I recycle it. I might get $400 a year, but that's $400 I didn't have, okay? So I recycled about a month ago, and I got $6.44. And they give you a check, okay? Because they track you. If you get more than $600 in a year, they tax you, okay? They give you a 1099. So they track you. So I got this $6.44 check, guys. It was very important to me. And I took it out, and I remember putting it in my back pocket of my jeans. And in my head, I have a little black bag that is for checks to deposit. So I remember coming back here to put it in. I don't remember putting it in. So 2 days ago, I'm going to go to the bank, and I decided I better get that check out. Can't find it anywhere. It's not in the black bag. It's not in my purse. It's not anywhere. So then I start going through the pockets of the back pockets of any of my jeans and the dirty clothes. Not there. Then I remember I found a piece of paper folded over in my pocket one day, and I put it up somewhere and then threw it away. So I think I threw the check away, but during the whole thing about this, I know I'm winded. The whole thing was I found a zipper in my purse. It was a zip, like you might put a little change. I had forgotten it was even part of my purse. So I thought, well, I'll look in this zipper part and see if I put this check in, even though I didn't remember I had a zipper part. It's a dark purse, and you just can't see the zipper part, you know. I opened that up, and there was my refund from the IRS last year before all this nonsense happened. And I had put it in this pocket to remind myself to deposit it. It was over $100. So I lost $644, but I gained $100, over $100. So I did get that deposit. And then today, this is kind of, someone's watching over me. So today, I didn't know that employees had a lawsuit against Walmart. Didn't even know I was part of it. So today I got $13.71. And I'm recycling tomorrow. I ought to get another $5 or $6. So I'm all excited. I have money. Oh, I gotta see how everybody's doing here. Hi, Martina. Getting ready to put my trash out for tomorrow. Okay. CW Style, hi. Hi, Vicky. I think I said, hi, Vons. Yeah, Vons is here. My wonderful moderators. Thank you guys for being here with me. And inside the purple purse. Okay. Yeah, here's Marley. Marley, you need to be on the live. What are you doing? Come over here. You should be on the live. We're talking to the camera. Come on. Come on. Come on over. Say hello to everybody. So here's Marley. Yeah, see that tail wagging? So I don't know that she cares for her, and I don't know. I'm going to go through this daycare. I didn't go through it before I dropped her off. I don't know that I'm going to like it. I might find a different one. I do have a vet appointment for her on April the 7th, and we'll be doing some stuff then. But yeah, so my dream girl, here she is, my dream girl. Yeah, she's so pitiful. Don't you feel sorry for this dog? Look how pitiful she is. She has the most pitiful look because she's on a live. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I feel so sorry for you. Yes, I do. Yes. It's so miserable being Marley in a van. Marley in a van. Anyway, so that's a lot of nonsense. So let me see what else is happening. Hi, Judy. Okay, so I'm going to start van life audits. Hi, this is the first time you've been here. Just found this channel. I'm getting ready for van life soon, and great to find you. Oh my goodness, inside the purple purse. You must love this. You must love this pickle. I'm playing my pickle for the super thanks to thank you. Thank you so much. It won't let me put the heart on. There we go. Thank you so much, inside the purple purse. Okay, I'm just Bobby. Hi. I'm trying to, from Florida. I'm trying to make sure I see everybody. Yeah, wahoo. So, it was very different. I joined in 1966. Now, whether anybody agrees with me or not, this is the way I felt, and I've always felt. At 17, this is the way I felt. I joined just after my 18th birthday, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. Yeah, it's been 60 years, guys. 60 years next year. But anyway, so we weren't given bivouac clothes. We weren't given any kind of pants. We weren't allowed to wear pants. We had to wear our greens, our formal greens, which we got two or one sets of those, our parade greens, and we got 3 or 4 sets of a blue cotton shirt and plain blue, and a blue A-lined heavy-duty cotton skirt. We didn't shoot guns. I'll go into that story. I have a lot to say. I do not want anyone to think that this is a put down on the military. But this, in the 60s, it was very, very different for a woman. And what I'm being told now is they are reaching out to the WACs, and supposedly I'm getting special treatment, and they did send me a card and invite me to some talks. There are very few of us. There were very few of us who joined. There were very few of us left. So they're looking for the WACs. And I happen to be one of them. And I was going to tell you something, wasn't I? Now I can't remember. Senior moment, senior moment. Oh, I hate it. So I went to, right out of boot camp, I had some of the highest scores. So I graduated as an E3. You start out as an E1. I graduated as an E3 at top of my class. I had some of the highest scores they had in the class. There were very, like I said, very few of us. And they sent me to communication school. And I learned SOS and the communications equipment on the field. And mainly it was men. There were maybe 3, 4 women in this huge class. But they also gave me telephone operator. And that was, remember the pegboards where you would put the wires in? That's what I learned. Plus SOS, plus all the communications if you're out in the field. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. This was my belief at 18. See, I got sidetracked. There are men and women in the United States. And I felt that if men could fight for their country, I could too. Or serve their country, I could too, because I live here. And that's how I felt at 18, and that's at 78 this year. That's how I still feel. I'm not going to go any further than that. I always wanted to drive a tank. Just drive it. I don't care to shoot it off. I wouldn't like the noise. I'd like to drive a tank. I did. Yeah, I dreamt of driving a tank. I was hoping I could drive a tank, but that didn't happen. So anyway, we did everything, including gym in skirts. We had 10 or 12 ironing boards. If we went to the meal and we sat down for our meal, you become very fast eaters because there's only 10 or 12 boards there, and there are 40 women that have to get back there, iron their skirts. We're not allowed to have a wrinkle in our skirt. We'd have to rush back, iron our skirt before we could go to class, where we'd sit down again. And then we'd rush back. So this was boot camp. I told you I spent a lot of time in KP and boot camp because I was kind of mouthy. I had too many questions. They just couldn't handle it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this story. I don't know if I'm getting it across or not. Once I got to communication school, again, I scored very high. They were going to put me in Bethesda, Maryland, a big, big complex. And I went home, and when I got back on the plane, and I took one of these, you know, where they put the tanks and stuff in the bottom, you know, those huge, I think it's a DC-4. Well, they'd put chairs back there, folding chairs, and we could sit in them. I don't know how they hooked them into the bottom, but, you know. And then I remember the captain came back, and I was the only female on the whole plane. And there was one restroom, and trust me, he didn't want to use it. But he said to me, he said, would you like to fly the plane? Would you like to see the cockpit? And I said, I would love to. And, of course, only female. That was really cute, guys. So I went up. I put my hands on it was like a round thing, you know, the plane. He goes, you want to fly the plane? Like, no, not really, because it felt really heavy. And I did a video on this. I went back. When I got to Maryland, they immediately put me on another flight back and said your orders were changed. So they should have notified me. They didn't. They shipped me. Now, mind you, I was in San Francisco. They shipped me from Maryland back to Fort Ord, California. And at Fort Ord, California, we were not treated very nicely. Our barracks were surrounded by armed soldiers. Now, mind you, we couldn't shoot a gun, but we were not allowed to protect ourselves. They were. And from what I understood at the time, 2 of the nurses has been stabbed. I don't know if that's for real or not, but that's what we were told when we asked why these men were surrounding our barracks and protecting us with guns. So anyway, it makes a lot of sense, right? So men are stabbing the women, but they're the ones guarding us because we can't shoot guns. You could walk down the street, and you have to remember during this particular war, everybody was drafted. We volunteered. That was really a strike against us. So I walked down the street, and twice other soldiers, as they passed me, would spit on me, and they would say some mean things, about me volunteering, and they were there and they didn't want to be. So there were many incidents of things that shouldn't really have happened. So they are looking for wax, and I happen to be one. I don't know what will happen. I'm supposed to go to Sacramento for this meeting. Women in the military, veterans, women in the veterans, and so they have some big meetings, and I'm registering for some of them, and they want to see a whack, a living one. So I'm going to look at what you guys are talking about. Bonnie, hi. Melody, hi. Monica, hi there. I'm saying hello to everybody. CW style. Yeah, she has it rough, guys. This dog has it rough. You see, she's laying here. It's so rough on her. I have to pity her every day. Now she's gotten into a habit of when we drive, she jumps up and down her seat. When we get there, she is now demanding to sit on my lap. When I'm parked, I will not drive with a dog on my lap. There's no way. She's never going to get that. She'd take it if she could get it. And I let her up on my lap, and we do a pity party for Marley. How rough she's got it, even though she just walked in the park. She walked just a few minutes ago before we got online. It's a pity party for Marley. Okay? That's all I can tell you. I just tell her, it's so rough and you have it so terrible, and I'm petting her, and she's like, oh yeah, Mom, it's just really bad. I'm in a van. So yeah, she's Miss Personality. And those of you that have camped with me know she goes into everybody's van. She leaves toys, she leaves shoes everywhere. She visits anybody she wants. She's a mess. She really is. Yeah. Yeah, she does. She does love me. Janet, she's very, very attached to me. So that's why I don't like leaving her in the van. She gets very anxious. What I have discovered is I did have to go somewhere, and I was maybe 15 minutes, and it was early in the morning. I don't worry about her being in the van from the heat or anything, because that's not the weather, but I just don't like it. I just really don't like it. So I said, I'll be back in just 15. I put up all of my stuff, closed all the windows off. When I got, and usually she's jumping up and down, and she's barking, and she's carrying on. When I got back to the van, I did that and then went out the side door. She was laying in the back. She knows when I put everything up, all the drapes up, everything up, she has to lay down in the back. So what she did, instead of carrying on like a crazed animal, like she usually does, she was in the back sleeping. So I've learned a lesson there, that I need to put everything up so that she feels comfortable. There's too much activity for her. So she feels comfortable. So she comes back. She knows where she's supposed to be. When everything's closed off, this is it. This is where she goes. And I put some of my baskets back up. I started hanging those again. But that was part of my dumpster diving. I found a dowel. Fit perfectly here. Whatever. You know, guys. I do almost anything for money. Wanda, hi. How are you? Dawn, hi there. So I am think I'm having some chat issues. Are you? Are you, Monica? Hi, Wanda. The like button. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Iris. So I'm thinking that this meetup that I can help people. I'm thinking that I'm going to empty some of the stuff out of my store. I have so many storage boxes and store this. I buy this and I'll try it, and then it doesn't work. I have 3 things in this van that I started out with. 3, that's it. I don't know how many times I've redone this van, and I'm still doing it. Today, I did a video. You guys are going to see it tomorrow. I really worked myself to death today. I bought I bought a lithium LiPo4 battery. And it was $126. It's a mini. So they've compressed it so that it's half the size of a normal battery. It only weighs 19 pounds, and it's so easy for me to manipulate. I've not done the whole system before. Well, number one, I do know how to do it, but I'm real confused about the fuses. That's the only part I'm confused about. I really have to study up on the fuses. I have a charger. I have 200-watt solar panel with the charger, a 2,500 watt inverter, Vivor, which was sent to me for free. And I bought this battery, $126. Guys, these batteries are normally $500 to $800. Batterborn is over $800. So I could have a 7,500 watt system for about $700 for the price of one Battleborn battery. And nothing against Battleborn, the best on the market. I'm just saying, for one of them, I can have 6 of these batteries with a 2,500 watt, have 7,500 watts. I could run a tiny house. And that's basically why I'm doing it. I'm trying to build a system that I could use in my tiny house. Then also, but once I build it, I'll never be able to lift it. You got 6 batteries in there. Oh my, 100. And the inverter's twice the size of the battery. The charger's a little bit, all this stuff, but that's going to be one of my next videos. This week I'm working on it. But I did a video on how difficult it is to do something inside the van, because it's 48 square feet. It's 8 foot long and 6 foot wide, and then you have the wheel wells, which makes it 4 foot in the center. That's not very much space, guys. It's not very much space. So you really, when you do something, like if I want to get into my storage under the bed, I have to take everything off the bed, lift up the mattress, and then I can get to the storage. It's not easy, but it's a lot of storage, and it makes a nice bed, so I deal with it. But everything takes 3 times as long when you're living in a tiny space, because everything's so crammed up against each other. Opening the drawers, you got to make sure that whatever you put in front of those drawers isn't too high to stop you from opening the drawers. Otherwise, and I've done it, not thinking about the drawers, then I couldn't get into my drawers. These are you really have to think about it, and what you're doing, and all the fancy things in the all open space. Unless you're living in, part-time, that really doesn't work so well for a full-timer, to be honest with you. It really doesn't. Oh, okay, and let's see who else. Thank you, Iris. Mary Hartman, hi. I get senior moments every minute. Oh yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. When I go to tell a story, I'm all over the place because I get sidetracked, and I forget the line I'm on. Well, no, I'm not on a line. It's in my head. The lines are in my head. I don't write the story down. And then I get sidetracked. I get so easily sidetracked. But this 644 has just driven me crazy for days. I don't like to lose money, and I certainly don't want to throw it away. So 644 is so important. Silly me, but yeah. I think I'll eventually find it, but I don't know where. It's here somewhere. It's got to be. I can't believe I would throw it away. I might have. I don't know. So I have a lot of senior moments. And then you think about, oh no, do I have dementia? Do I have Alzheimer's, So you're always thinking about that too. Patty, hi. All Air Force in the 70s. You were in the 70s? I'm not sure I understand. Was it part of this? I will tell you that the base that I went on, Travis Air Force Base, might as well state it, where I'm getting this medical treatment, I was there in 1966. I was telling them, totally different base then. But my car broke down. I was in uniform going back. I was wearing my uniform. I was so proud of my uniform. And I only weighed 95 pounds, so they had to take it in. I didn't have a uniform that fit me. But it broke down. And so I'm outside of my vehicle with the hood up. I was right in front of the base and towards the entrance. And I thought, I didn't even think about it. I was just trying to do it and figure out what happened. And one of the guys who was going back into the base stopped. And then his buddy stopped. And they said, what's going on? And I told him, I don't know. The car just stopped or whatever. I don't even know what it was. It's been 60 years. They took me into the base, got me in the female barracks. I was there for 2 days. They towed my car in, fixed it. This was Travis Air Force Base. Fixed my car and gave me a tour of the whole base. Those huge old hangars they had. It's still, I think, an active base. From what I understand, it's still active base. Those hangars were just, they took me to the hangars and it was fun. I had 2 days of fun with the Air Force. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, car key. No. Now I have my car keys. Well, you guys saw on the trip, they fell out of my pocket. When I open my door to leave, I have to touch my pocket. Because I can lock myself out. Do not want to do that. I do keep my windows down 2 inches, so if I do ever lock myself out, I can get in. I touch my pocket before I ever push the lock button, lock the van. I got to make sure my keys are on me. Because I got Marley, well, she's usually with me, I would never want, one guy in Quartzside locked his dog inside his van. And he was at the laundromat. And he was just freaking out, just really freaking out. And Brenda's trying to get a hold of me. Brenda, I'm on my live. I don't know why she's calling me. Patty. Okay, so you were in the Air Force in the 70s, Patty. Well, that was after me, after I had been on Travis Air Force Base. I think the Air Force was pretty, I don't know how good they were to their women, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying that the Army was mean to their women. They just didn't want us there. They were drafted. We volunteered. How dare us? We were one or the other. They only get 2 categories, and you can guess which 2 they are. And very disrespectful in that sense. So they couldn't imagine that a woman wanted to be patriotic, just patriotic, and serve her country. And I lost a lot of friends in Vietnam. I worked at the USO from 17 for a year before I joined, and I lost a lot of friends, and I just wanted to be a part of it. I just wanted to help as much as I could, if I could. That it was just simply what it was. Who knows? Find the car keys when they're hanging around. Yeah, when they're hanging around your neck. My problem is I put things like my phone. I lose my phone all the time, guys. I took Marley to the park, and I was trying to do my post. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to shut the phone off. I'll go right back to the post, to let everybody know I'm doing my live. And I put the phone in my pocket. My back pocket. I have to stop putting things in my back pocket. So I get in the car, and I can't find my phone. After I've walked Marley and we've done our thing and she did zoomies and all that, she's sleeping. Couldn't find my phone. I looked everywhere and I got up and I went, wait a minute, what's in my pocket? It was in my pocket. I was sitting on it. I'm like, how can you sit on a phone and not know you're sitting on a phone? Well, How can you get black and blue and not know you're black and blue? I run into things all the time and then I forget. You know, I finally figured out what I've been running into. I couldn't remember every time I run into it, and I've run into it many, many times. I never thought about it. So I went, okay, so you're really hurting yourself. You're running in, you're hurting your legs really bad. So what are you running into? Well, I had a crate behind the driver's seat, and in it were two hammers. And the hammers were slung over the side. I was running into the hammers. Can you believe it? Just didn't dawn on me. So that's all fixed. I'm not running into them anymore, but yeah, when she looked at my feet and stuff and said, oh my gosh, you're all black and blue. Half my foot on the top but in the ankle area was all black and blue. Just horrible looking. It's dark in here, so I can't tell. And I never look at my feet anyway. I did get an appointment today with a podiatry on base, and they give you free shoes and free socks. I had an advocate call me. I have to tell you, she wasn't very nice. I always, with every new doctor, or every new medical facility, I sign a piece of paper, and I forget what the name of it is, that says I don't want anything done. I do not want to be hooked up to any machines. I don't want my life saved, other than I want to die natural death. I don't want to be a vegetable being kept alive in a hospital bed. So it's a certain piece of paper you have to sign. So the advocate called me, and she was very nice, and she started talking about this piece of paper, and I had already said, just send it and I'll sign it, or they could have given it to me. I don't know why they have somebody phoning you. So she explains what this paper is, and I know what the paper is. I signed one, and she goes, well, yeah. I said, so are you going to talk to me about VA housing? Are you going to talk to me about parking on the base? Because they have RV parking, and I understand they have something else, which I was all excited about. Oh, I don't know anything about that. And she goes, oh, you're homeless? Whole different tone of voice. The minute she found out, or she thought I was homeless, I felt like, oh, she just thinks I'm a homeless person just trying to get free services from VA. I got mad. I got mad, guys, and I went, listen, is your job just to call, as an advocate, to just call me and talk about my death and how when I die, we want to save money for the government? Is this your job? Well, that's what I'm doing. I need to explain. I said, no, you've explained it twice. I understand it. I do it with every doctor and hospital I go to. Just send me the paper and I'll sign it. You have a nice day. Thank you very much. And I hung up because she had nothing else to tell me about. Oh, no, I don't deal with homeless. That's what she said. I don't deal with homeless. There's a homeless advocate, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I was told by the doctor. The doctor told me the advocate would call and she would have all this information. But the minute this woman talked to me and found out I was homeless, the tone of voice, the whole attitude changed. She was a civilian. I don't think for a minute she was military. Military's not like that at all. And yeah, whatever. All purrs and paws. Hi, honey, how are you? Our bed, much better than me. Yeah, you used to have to do your bed so they could walk in and take a quarter and flip it on in your bed. It had to bounce off your bed. Yeah, that's what they made us do. Yeah. Hi, Chris. Yes, I did. Hi, Janice. Oh, you're never too late. I scored high, too, and I was squad leader in basic. Yeah, I became, because I was so organized. I was not organized. I will tell you, Patty, I became squad leader, 3-striper, after they made me sleep with a rock because I screwed up all the marching every time. I didn't know my left from my right. I had to sleep with that rock for 24 hours. They had 3 of them. And every couple of hours they would come in, and if I had fallen asleep and dropped the rock, they would wake me up and make me take that rock. So the next day, I started on all my free time. Forget writing anything home. Forget anything like that. I started marching, and I would just march and march and march and march. And then I was so good in a couple of weeks that I was squad leader, and I would lead the march. But I was terrible when I first started. I was just a joke. I was just a joke. Oh, thanks, Iris. Hi, you're back, Martina. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Fuku Mom, how are you? I watched one of your videos the other day. I can't remember which one. I think I left a comment. Marley jumped when you said senior moment. Yeah, because she's had some senior moments with me. Oh yeah, oh yeah. She kind of. I think an animal. I met a serviceman the other day, was in his 80s, and he goes, "I just lost my dog of 15 years. I'm never getting another one." I felt that way when I got Marley, and I said okay, but again I didn't know how young she was. I was looking for a senior that could pass away with me. But she's really keeps me going. She's very active when we're outside the van. I think she's helped me get through a lot of this because I'm always worried about Marley. Marley comes before I do. Did Marley eat today? Did Marley have this today? I mean, we have more toys than you can imagine. Or maybe you can't imagine. So she's pretty special to me. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know that you're allowed to film on a base. I don't know, Iris. We'll see. If what they say is true, I think my doctor was talking about RV parking because, and I wasn't going to talk about this because I wanted to get the facts from the advocate, but she kind of ticked me off a little bit. Anyway, uh, they have RV parking, but my doctor said they're parking for vans as well on the base, safe parking. I get my VA card, and I think you also have to have a special pass for this. It's very well protected. Now, the nurse told me about it. The doctor told me about it. The nurse was Army. The doctor was Air Force. And this woman just, I have never heard of such a thing. Blah, 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 blah. So, I just couldn't deal with her. I was very nice, but I just don't want to put up with it. She's a civilian. And I worked with civilians on base when I was a typist, and they didn't always, I was faster than them. Let's put it that way. They took their time. Not everybody, but I'm just saying they took their time. So, I don't know what I was talking about, guys. Senior moment. What can I say? So I put up my new drape. I have the other one too. And I might switch out drapes. Might find another fabric. Maybe have 3 or 4. I will tell you that everybody is amazed that you can hardly see the scar. You can hardly see that I've had open heart surgery. They're amazed. My doctor was just totally amazed. She just, oh my gosh, oh my God. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. So, she is studying this. I don't know if she's going to become a cardiologist, but she has been in when they did the surgeries, watching. Now, not a participant, but watching them. So she goes, do you know what they do? Do you know what I said, yeah, I do. I was there. She goes, yeah, I know you were. Let me tell you what they do. I go, no, don't tell me. She was so funny. I'm telling you, we laughed the whole time. We laughed the whole time. She was really, her and the nurse were just spectacular. I really enjoyed them. And they've made me an appointment for next year. So already I have that appointment. I got my podiatry appointment today. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Hi. I don't know who that is. Terry? Is it Terry? Terry, yeah. So you guys are talking to each other. Hi, Claudia. Claudia's from Germany. Uh, hug from Italian night. Oh, you're in Italy now. No, I've got the wrong person. No, I haven't. Yeah, I think I'm confused. I do love Marley, yeah. Marley's more important than I am, trust me, when it comes to this van. Monday, I'm going to get my VA card, and Jason, instead of me putting her in a daycare, Jason's taking care of her all day. It'll take me most of the day to get some stuff done, so. Valentina from Italy is. Oh, you just have to excuse me. Hi, Wanda. Okay, everybody's saying hello to everybody. Yes, I think our women, I think the WACs before us were trailblazers. They drove the carriers, they drove a lot of the Jeeps and the officers. I, I, I changed my MO. I did not want to be a typist. I did not want to be a phone operator. I wanted the SOS stuff. I changed my MO. I said, okay, I'm going to drive a truck. So I decided I would train to be a troop carrier. So it was a 2-ton and 1-ton trucks. I didn't tell you about that. I don't know if I did a video on that or not. That's a whole, oh man, that was something else. And got that. And then the commander said, before you drive a truck for any of our troops, you're going to drive me. No. It was so bad. It was so bad. This man, I'm standing, you're supposed to stand and open the door for the commander of the base. He did not want women in his fort. And he proceeded walking out that door as I'm standing. I have the door held open for him. I don't want a woman opening the door for him. He was yelling at me. Everybody felt sorry for me. He yelled at me from the minute he saw me till the minute I put him to the parade grounds, till the minute I left him in front again after I took him to a huge parade. And I was in my dress greens, and I got to be with the other drivers of all the other officers, and they felt really bad for me. What he did was, he was just yelling. He sat in the back seat, it was mind-boggling, and he goes, "You're too slow, turn down this street." I just did what he said. I didn't look at anything, okay? I didn't look at, this was a one-way. Well, he set me up, I turned into a one-way the wrong way. How stupid can you be? You turned into a one-way. And you can't say, "Sir, you told me to." Okay, I just kept my mouth shut because I knew that I would get in a lot of trouble if I opened my mouth one time. Just one time. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. That's what you said. And sure enough, he pulled my license. He said, "No troop carrier for you. You're not driving troops." So then I decided, guys, I was so determined. I wanted to be a helicopter mechanic. There were 600 men. You have to test for it. There were 600 men being tested. It was a huge auditorium, and all these desks set up. There were 600 men and 1 woman. And they paraded me from the back door to the front, and I sat in the very front seat. In the front, because they didn't want me cheating, right? And I either scored number 3 or number 6. I was within the top 10 scores of that whole group of 600 people. They came. Now, you have, at that time, because we're separate, the commandant of the base is not really, he is my boss, but he's not. I directly went to a female commandant just for the WACs. Two of the sergeants that gave the test, I think they were sergeants, I can't remember, it's been 60 years, came to my commander, female commander. They ordered me to come to the office they had been watching me, so there's no way I had a chance of cheating. And they offered me the schooling, and it was 2 years schooling and then 4 years service. So you had to sign up for an additional 6 years. And I had to think about it. They were not happy, but they were very nice to me. And when I sat down and thought, 2 more years of this, people yelling at me and spitting on me, I don't think so. So I did turn it down, and I did leave, after 2 years. So, yeah. A couple that dumpster dives on YouTube. They're pretty cool. Yeah, there's so many things you would be shocked what you can find in a dumpster. I'm not kidding. It's like if something doesn't sell and it's still in the box. I know Dollar Tree used to do this all the time. They'd take like a pallet of it and just dump it in the dumpster, all in original boxes. Never been touched. They couldn't sell whatever. It was amazing. Kenyatta, hi. Oh, you're welcome. Roy and Becky, hi, how are you? I'm trying to say hello to everybody. The math ain't matching. You would have been 12. No, I'm 78. 60 years. I would have been 18 when I signed. So the math does work. I'm 78, 60 years ago. Yeah, it does work. Your math doesn't work. 60 from 78 is 18. I'm going to be 78 in July. So the math is right. 60 years. Yeah. Am I right, guys? I'm so sure I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 60 from 78 doesn't make 18. I don't know. No, I wasn't 12, honey. No, 1966. No, next year will be 1926. Well, maybe I am wrong. That's 60 years, right? Next year I'll be 79. Oh my gosh. 60 years. Right? Yeah, it was 60 years. Yeah. The math works. The math works. Now I'm questioning myself, for goodness sakes. Can you take stuff to RTR where they have a pile of things from? I have, Sarah. I have a bunch, and I've this last time I put it in there. There's just so much, and I can only take so much in my van. Reno's a little bit, it's a 2-hour drive for me. So, I'm not sure what all I'm going to take, but I'm going to take a bunch of stuff and put it in my van. I'm not going to spend the night. It's only a 2-hour drive. Once I get there, I can take it out of the van and stay in it. But when I drive to Quartzsite, I have to stay in the van at least 1 or 2 nights on the way because it's so many hours away. So I don't have room in the van for that. I have to be able to still live in the van. A short trip like 2 hours, I can take a ton of stuff. A lot of storage boxes, some are clear plastic. Some, I've tried so many things. So yeah, and I had some fryers, 250-watt fryers. I don't know if I still have some toasters. Still in the box. I bought them to give to my subscribers, for meetups. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Okay. Oh, what a great deal. My deceased husband was in the military. I get his benefits, and I'm treated very well by the VA. Good. Good. They should treat you very well, because you sacrificed. You sacrificed when your husband was in the military. He was away, I'm sure, a lot of times. So your life was sacrificed. You did make sacrifices, and you deserve it. Carefree. Hi. Clever Solar Power by Nick has lots of easy-to-understand content. So does Will Prowse. Will Prowse has been on for years. I've watched him for years and years and years. I have diagrams. I have all kinds of stuff that tells you exactly how to do it. So I'm going to stick with Will Prowse. He's really good. Now he's become much more complicated, but his earlier videos were so simple. He was so good about it. He was a very young man. Yeah, he's really... Hi, Brenda. Did you try to call me? I used to think, Cece, that Jason worked in. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know, Jason. Jason knows I'm having my live tonight. Sometimes he's busy and he doesn't He doesn't have time to get on, or he forgets. Sometimes he forgets. Many times they're having him come in at 3 o'clock in the morning. When he gets home, he's exhausted. Sometimes he falls asleep. But I don't expect him every time. Unless I ask him to be in the live, he doesn't plan it. And I'm trying not to bother him too much, do my lives maybe once a month, have Jason on live. But again, he's putting in so many hours. Early, 3 o'clock in the morning is when he starts work. So he's got to be up at 2, drive to work. Yeah. So that's pretty exhausting. And I'm trying to just give him a break. I have heard that tiny house have electric that come to the tiny house. It's amazing. Yeah, Jackie, but I want my own solar. I don't want to be dependent and paying utility bills to somebody else. I've made up my mind I don't want to do that. I want to be self-sufficient. Now, maybe off the grid. I still kind of want to be off the grid. I do. And I know enough about solar, and I have so much solar that I really want to use it and have my own electricity. If I could have my own water, I'd do that too, but I can't. Well, you can use humidifiers and create water. Maybe get a gallon a day. But I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to hook up to electricity unless I have to. If it's easy and it doesn't cost a lot, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Cece. What about Jason? Yeah, I didn't understand. Hi, Kung Fu Fighter. How are you? I have vomiting rights and driver's license in Arizona plus vomiting rights. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, Mythical John. License in Arizona plus driver's license. Okay, Darlene. Salutations. Goodbye, Darlene. We'll see you next time. In law enforcement, but recently you mentioned Trader Joe's. Was I incorrect? Yes, he retired from law enforcement and he works at Trader Joe's. Yes, he does. Yes. Hi, Tree. I don't know who Tree is. This is your first time here. Sorry being so. That's okay, Cece. Sometimes I just don't understand. I'm having pre-senior moments. I get terrible brain fog from going through my changes. Yeah. That's long gone for me. Yeah. I don't have to worry about any of that. Was law enforcement now TJ? Yeah. Thanks, Fawns. Type in secure seems to post before I'm done. Oh, really? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because I'm going to ask if I don't understand. Former L.A. Now, no, Jason was never L.A. Jason was a San Francisco Sheriff's Department is where he was. So he was in law enforcement, but it was the Sheriff's Department. Yeah. Chat is wonky, is it? I think it's you, John. Yes, I have dementia thoughts as well, watching videos. Yeah, I'm scared to death of it. Scared to death. I was Air Force from 74 to 78. Were you regular Air Force, Patty? Did they allow the women to be regular? I know the Army didn't until 1978. I've had to accept the fact I can no longer van dwell. My van, this is Lauren. My van died for a reason. I'm comfortable in that tiny of a space a small RV can do, or a small. Yeah, some people are better off in trailers and RVs. I can't afford an RV. The gas, the maintenance, if you have to be towed, it's just, and a travel trailer, again, you have to pull it, which means you have to have room. You got to be I don't want to pull a trailer, wind variation. I mean, yeah. So everybody's different. Everybody has a different lifestyle, it doesn't matter whether you're comfortable in a van or not. If you're not, you're not. That's just the way it goes. I'm not trying to sell van life. I'm trying to help people who are starting it or being forced into it. All the things that I go through, what I look at, what I've done, how I've built things, that's all I'm trying to do. And but I'm not trying to sell the lifestyle itself. Bob does a good job of that, but I don't, because I know that not everybody enjoys this lifestyle. It's just not for everybody, and I get it, so it's okay. It's okay. There's Miss Marley. Devices have their own mind. Yeah, they do. Devices have their own mind. Um, and what was it I was going to tell you? Oh, somebody just contacted me about doing a swamp cooler for the van this year. I got to check it out because it would be free. Then I can give my air conditioner to somebody. If it works, I can either give that away or, I do these reviews for a reason, guys, to give this stuff away. And I've given quite a few solar generators away. I haven't had one to look at for, I don't know, about a year. I guess they figured out I give them away. I do the reviews for them. I do get it for free, and I do try to give it away to other people who are starting out, who have nothing. And I think my channel, my reviews are so I can give something away. And yes, if I like it, I'll keep it. Yes. I've kept a few solar units. I think I have 2. Everything else I've bought. And I kept a refrigerator. But I've given 2 or 3 refrigerators away, the 12 volt. I don't know how many solar generators I have given away. I have to sit back. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So my reviews, I appreciate you guys watching them, but they are strictly to be able to get a product that I can give to someone who's living in a vehicle. Doesn't matter whether it's a van, an RV, whatever, who really needs it. Because there's just so many people doing without right now. We know how hard it is right now with food. I am doing my budget, and I'm going to do a video on budgeting for things in the van and how much it cost. Once your van is paid, mine is finally paid off. I'm so thrilled. Now I just have 2 credit cards, and then I'll be all debt free, I hope. But that's neither here nor there. So I want to also show a budget on how to do that. But I'm doing this solar build, and I will tell you, I'm not the solar expert. So I will right up front in that solar build say, this is what I'm following. These are my instructions. I'm not an expert. So, but I'm doing it so that I do want to build my own for my tiny house. If I get a tiny house, even if I have an apartment, I want one. I want my own electricity because we have lots of blackouts here. Lots and lots of blackouts. Tamara, I was Air Force late 70s. Okay, I already read that one. Okay. My dad had a restored World War II plane and used to be invited to display and fly by at the Travis Air Shows. Oh, really, Patty? That's great. That's great. Did you ever get in it and just sit in it, see what it was like? Thanks for the clarification, guys. Speaking of senior moments, it's okay, Cece. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. They have family camping there. A friend camped there only for military. Yeah, Janet, no, that's what I was told. And then this advocate said, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. I think I can stay there on the base. And that's what my doctor and the nurse both told me. So I can go and spend the night. I don't know if I can live there, but I mean, several people have talked about it. So I don't believe her. I just don't. They have a homeless advocate on Tuesdays. You can go in as a homeless person and talk to that advocate who's an expert on it. So I guess I'm going to take a Tuesday. Next Monday, I got to go get my VA card. Once I get my VA card, then I can go on and off the base. Otherwise, I have to stop, get a visitor pass. That could take an hour to 2 hours. Then go on, and they only give me for 1 day. My labs didn't work, so now I have to go back and get labs again. On and on and on. Whatever. I want to see a pic of Lindy in it. I did. I have a picture of me in my uniform. I might have several, Lauren, in my old videos. I did have them, yes. and I carry my keys around at all times. But do you forget you got them? We have almost matching outfits. Oh, do you? Walmart special. I think it was $5. You know, I'm so cheap. Oh, Tamra, you're so sweet. Where is it? I just had the pickle. Oh, I dropped it. This is for Tamra. Thank you, Tamra. You are so sweet. First, I have to find the button. There it is. For those of you who are new, I play the yodeling pickle to thank those who give me a super chat. Oh, I can't get that. It's too far. Thank you so much, Tamra. That is so sweet of you. I was going to go into the Air Force, but I got pregnant and husband said no. Yeah, I am glad I did. It was a real good experience for me, and now I have benefits. I did have one benefit I did use. I bought my first house right after I got out of the service on my VA, $9,000 house for like an acre of land and 2 bedroom, 1 bath old house. It was built in like 1910. So, yeah, that was in 1970, I think. Anyway, yeah. Pickle. I did. Yes, I did the pickle. You're trying to eat keto and I'm trying to be vegan. No, I'm not trying to eat keto. No, I just eat meat. Um, I don't know if being vegetarian is good, is better. I honestly, I don't know. I hardly believe anybody anymore because so many of these, even keto, I know it works. Jason says it works. He does keto. I tried diets when I was younger, and to me they were all scams. I had to learn myself how to really eat properly. And I did go to a nutritionist and took classes when I was first diagnosed with diabetes. I took special classes on how to cook and what to cook and what you could eat. And that's kind of what I follow. And I throw in some splurges there, but I'm pretty good. Like I just bought a head of cauliflower. It must be 3 pounds. It is huge. It was 59 cents or 49 cents a pound. I've cut it all up, and that's kind of a snack for me. So I like cauliflower, asparagus, just all the greens. Yeah, I like vegetables. Oceanite. There's Claudia. I called Valentina Claudia earlier. Oh my goodness. Uh, it must be late for you. Back from work. You just got off work. All right. Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Everybody saying hello to Claudia. Yes, there are so many, Diane, to give to. I give here and a homeless when I see them. Yes, sweet of you. Yes, and I never ask because you guys have your own things to deal with. And I'd rather you used your money for yourselves, to be honest with you. So I don't really ask, but I do appreciate when someone sends me something. And I do the pickle. I give to a gal who dances. So fun. Oh, yeah? Okay, so everybody's talking. So I'll be doing something on my phone and think I have to do some with the phone. But start looking all over for my phone. It's in your hand. Yes, I've done it, which is in my hand. Yeah, I know. I know it's horrible. Hi, Joe Razor. How are you? That's Melody. Welcome to my world, Mel. Yeah, welcome to our world. What are you talking about, Iris? Yeah, we're not the only ones. We're all doing it. There's a couple who parks on bases all over the country. The bases have really nice setups. Yes, and they have talked about that, Susie. I don't know every base, but I'm sure you can get the information. And like I said, I'm waiting on my VA card. I was going to make it my driver's license and my doctor. I was waiting because my driver license has to be renewed and I wanted it to be all in one. And she said, no, I can make my driver's license with the VA, but they want me to have a separate VA card. She was very specific. She said, you have to have a separate one. We want you to have one. So you don't have to pull out your license every time. I'm not understanding all of it, and I think if you stay on Travis, you have to have a Travis card as well. I'm still learning all this stuff, guys. I'm talking about things that I don't have all the information on right now. Oh, I hate doing it. Time. Oh yeah. I need a new. Do not resuscitate. Yes, do not resuscitate. But it has a specific name. Yes, I tell them, don't save me. Let me go. It's a DNR is okay. DNR. Okay, thanks, Vons. Thank you, DNR. But that's the only reason she called me. Hi, Tree. Was for the DNR. That's the first contact I had with them. I'm thinking, really? Really? You're worried about my death? Give me a break, people. Violets and roses, hi. It doesn't matter. Hi, Linda. Doesn't matter if you're late or not. You showed up. Thank you so much. She assumed you were homeless. Yeah, she immediately assumed why I was homeless because I was asking about the parking for the vans, the RVs, or about VA housing, which she just assumed I was homeless automatically. So it's okay because everybody I've talked to, she's the only one. And I'm not going to let her make me negative about the VA. They've been great. Calling me, scheduling appointments. I mean, they've been great. One bad apple doesn't mean anything to me. No, I don't do bad apples. Funky van, adventure funky van. I don't know what that means. The rock store. Oh, yeah, that stupid rock. I'll never forget that my whole lifetime unless I get Alzheimer's. Oh, that stupid rock. I did fall asleep and it did drop out and they did wake me up. And I swore that would never happen again. I was so embarrassed. I said, I'm going to learn how to march if it's the last thing I do. And I did. I lost schoolmates to Vietnam also, yes. I lost a lot of people to Vietnam. And many, many people who came back. I was engaged to a man who went to Vietnam. When he came back, he was not the same person. We broke up, no. And I had been engaged to him for geez. Well, he left. We became engaged when, just before I went to about 17 is when I became engaged, the first time. And he did 2 tours over there. So I forget when he came back, but I was in my 20s. Yeah. So I don't remember. The time I can't, it's been too long. I don't want to lie and I don't want to get things confused. So it's been too long. Frank, other videos. I'm not sure. Yeah. How long were you in? 2 years. 2 years. Outdoor Gypsy, hi. Yes, they are doing great, Lucille. I'm hearing rumbling that they are trying to get rid of all smog testing in California. I hope they do. This van passed, but I forget how much money. It was around $100 to get it smog. I think it was 85, and then you got to buy the tags, so you're getting $400 or $500 at once. Yeah. I hope they do that. I really do. I hope they get rid of a lot of things. I hope that they stop all these restrictions from building so we can have tiny homes, and I'm thrilled that the military, the VA, is looking at the homeless scenario and saying we have a lot of vets, and we have so many vets out on the street. You have no clue how many veterans are out on the streets. They have problems, They give them the medications they get addicted to. I'm not saying intentionally. I'm saying for pain or this or that. PSTD. There's a lot of things. They see things you and I will never see in a whole lifetime if they're in a war. We'll never understand. We can't comprehend. And their minds aren't always right, in the right place. They need attention. They need special treatment. they need to be taken care of. I am such a stickler about veterans. Forget me, I wasn't in the war, but all these men and women, I told you guys, I did a video about this couple. She was, I don't know which, I don't remember, but she had some issues. She was addicted to certain painkillers, and he had lost his legs in the war, and he was in a wheelchair, and they were living on the streets. And when I met them, and they told me they were veterans, and I worked at KFC, every night that I closed, I would take all the food that we had, I would package it up in so many ways, take bags of it and give it to them, and tell them they would then pass it out to all the other homeless, but they had the food at first. And they did get their lives together. She got off her addiction of pain pills, and he got his life together. They, from what I heard on the street, because I knew a lot of homeless people, because they consider you homeless too. They did leave. They both got jobs. I think they went to Oregon or Washington State, and they got married, and they were off the streets. They got themselves off the streets, but it took a lot. It took a lot. I'm just saying, our veterans need a lot of care. They really do. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to be harping on it. I live in PA, and homeless people are going to be arrested. Yeah, and I don't know that that's legal. I don't believe, you know what? I'm getting to the point I don't believe anything till I actually see it. If you're homeless, what law are you breaking? I mean, they can't help it. I mean, some can. I'm saying, drugs and stuff, but not everybody's on drugs out here, guys. Not everybody's on drugs. I told you about the man that died in his car, and he was waiting for his apartment, 2-year wait, and he would just sit in his car out here 24/7. Walmart, he passed away in his car, waiting for housing. So, and he wasn't into drugs. He was in his 70s, early 70s. I think he said he was 71 or 72. He was just a senior. So it's not all drug people. It really isn't. There's so many people who need help. And we know it. We all know it. We see them in our neighborhood. Bill and Kurt's travel journal. This is the couple that uses military. Oh, okay. I'll have to look them up. Thank you. Thank you, Susie. Doesn't the VFW and Veteran Affairs allow? I don't know. I've not heard of that, Lauren, to be honest with you. I haven't looked into a lot of the military stuff at all. I just never did. Being a typist, I just didn't feel like I was in the action. And, I've said this before. I never felt I deserved the services because I didn't fight. And, I felt the men and women who fought should have the services first. So, whatever. I'm just a little nutty. Okay. From Louisiana. Debbie from Louisiana. Thank you so much, Deborah. And who else is this pet? God has been so restrictive in regulations on tiny homes. I have hope for California now, though. I do too. I hope it gets better here. I do love the weather here. And, we have such moderate weather. I mean, right now it's 84 in the van. It's a beautiful sunny day. I get 100% every day when the sun's up. They used to call that shell-shocked. Yeah, shell-shocked. People come back from that, Martina. It's horrendous. You just don't understand. But I talked to many. Yeah. Yes. I've known 2 different couples. Well, one couple, they were drug addicts. They were both, they were together. They were both trying to quit the drugs. He did. And she was supposed to go with him. And if he cleaned his act up, he had a job promised in an apartment by his family. I think he was Oregon. And I saw him just before he left, too. I kept in contact with these people every day. I was feeding people every day, helping people every day, the homeless. And they assumed I was part of their community because I lived in my van at KFC. And they were all around KFC. So I would, he left by himself. She couldn't get off the drugs. So that was not as good. But this this couple, the veterans, they really worked at it. Yeah, yeah. It was a beautiful story. There's not enough no, there's not enough low-income housing. Jean, love it. You say Washington too. Yeah, I do. I say wash, and everybody catches me on it. Yeah, I was a hippie too. It was a great time. I was not a hippie, guys. No, I saw them on the street in San Francisco, smoking pot, doing acid, and I was pretty, you know. Nah, we didn't do. My group didn't do that. We worked every day. We didn't have time or money for all this stuff. We were working, trying to pay rent, food, everything. So, whole different ball game. Static Camper Man said last night that there is a federal law that makes it not illegal to sleep in a vehicle. Not illegal. I still have yet to read it to find the. Well, I don't know when it was illegal to live in a vehicle. I mean, who should walk up to your vehicle? I've been in it almost 5 years, guys. The cops, they've all talked to me. They know I'm living in my vehicle. I'm very upfront about it. And no one has said a thing to me about it's against the law. They haven't told me. They haven't ticketed me. They haven't done anything. Now, maybe I'm in a special area, but I don't think so. Now, I do know 2 towns over, those police don't want any homeless. And they will do anything to get you out, even if you're in a vehicle. They really dislike their homeless, and they have so many. Yeah, yeah. It depends on the police department, too. Many of us aren't drug addicts. We're low income. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the UK. Cry, Christine. How are you? 30,000 a year. Die waiting for disability benefits. I don't. Oh, you're still trying to get them. Yeah, I understand that's pretty hard to do. Even the disabled thing that I have for my car, I only have it for 1 year. I have to go back through and try to get it again. And yeah. Afford rent they charge today. No, Robert, nobody can afford the rent they charge today. And I'm not blaming necessarily the people who own this. Like L.A. just did a law, no rent. You don't have to pay rent. Now, many mom and pops got the rental period for their retirement, got a rental house or whatever for their retirement. They still have to pay insurance. They still have to pay taxes. They still have to pay everything and upkeep. And the person living there is living there for free with no rent. That destroys them. Then these mom and pops are selling their houses for next to nothing to these big corporations like BlackRock. Ooh, I don't want to get political. I mean, this is really bad news. It's good for somebody not paying rent, but it's bad news for the person, some of these people who own it. I don't feel sorry for BlackRock, any of these big corporations. I don't feel sorry for them. Okay. Mine took 3 years to come through. Yeah, it takes a long time. Well, I lived there. I worked at KFC, Vaughn's, and I lived there for 2 years in their parking lot with their permission in a tiny Mazda van, a minivan. Yeah. Okay. So there's Robert. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about Social Security. I think they need to get all those people who are over 110, like that one person that's 360. That's what I've heard from several sources. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So don't quote me on this. But that one person who's 360 getting Social Security, come on, give me a break. Find out who it is. Cut it off. The ones that are in their 250 some odd years, cut them off. Come on, everybody knows they're not for real. That's whatever. Whatever. Can you repeat the meetup info? Well, right now it's April 20th. I would like to make it at the Pepper Mill, but I want to check that out again. And then if we want to spend the night, I am looking for a place, depending on how many people we have, for us to spend the night, to camp our vans or whatever we have. Iris. Some municipalities in some states, it is against the law. Really, Jean? Yeah, well, I better stay in California, huh? Okay, guys, I wish I made 30,000. Well, yeah, me too. Yeah, you'd be shocked at how much we make on Social Security. I'm fairly new to your channel. Yes, Lori. I love how you. Oh, thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. This is my first live. Glad you could join us. So, guys, I want to thank my moderators. And if you have a channel, put a C beside your name so people can look you up. Um, I'm going to thank all my moderators. Vons, I don't know if you have one. I know this has nothing to do with your conversation, but I love your shirt. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vicky. That just popped up. I'm going to go. It's been almost an hour and a half, guys, and I've just been talking. So I want to let you go, and I want to thank you for joining me. If you're brand new, please put a 1 by your name, and if you have a channel, just put a big C. And those of you who see it, if you want to visit the channel, Outdoor Gypsy has a channel. I think 3 Generations. Don't you have a channel? Vons, you don't work your channel, do you? Who else has a channel? I can't remember. Chris, Dodge City Van Life has a channel. Quite a few. Mythical Nomad has a channel, but I don't know if John's putting it out. I'll see you guys next week. Next Tuesday, maybe I'll have more information about this parking at the base. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But I want to have my VA card by then instead of waiting till my driver's license. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you to my moderators who are just wonderful helping me out. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.